No, that's not okay. Fetish, no, bro.
Even if you love the person, you just
Oh God.
go.
Oh,
At one point in my life, I kind of wanted to have mixed babies with almost every race. I would like to see how my kids would turn out. And
Never race. Jeez. As a mix.
what's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm watching, or I'm reacting to Jubilee Spectrum. Is it okay to have a racial preference when you're dating? I guess they're asking interracial couples these questions. I just thought it would be like an interesting video to react to. I really fuck with Jubilee's videos. And yeah, I like giving my opinion on like controversial topics. So let's just get into it.
The freak stuff in the bedroom. If race sprinkles is put into that context, what do we think of that? Like
how would race be put into the bed?
use your imagination.
I can tell you right now, people do like race play and like the slave shit. That shit weird. I'm sorry. Everybody got their things. That shit's weird. You're fucking off. Whatever. Do all interracial couples think the same? Obviously not. Nigga.
I have unintentionally been racist towards my partner.
They better all go to number yes or whatever.
Go.
I've definitely been ignorant.
So we were. So we had an argument, and I was upset, and I had previously expressed how the stereotype or the stigma on angry black men or angry black women and how that makes me feel. And so we got into an argument. I was an angry black man, but in that moment of anger, he actually called me an angry black man, which
Which is like the worst thing.
made me go crazy because that was like the one thing that I talked to him about. So that was a really bad fight.
Right.
And
Understandably
it never happened
so.
again.
Right. I feel like, I'm strongly disagree, but I think as just a white person, I am just inherently ignorant. So I think I'm gonna move to somewhat agree. Dating a black man has completely opened my eyes more than I already thought they were open,
To be fair, you've never said anything that made me feel like, damn, she's racist.
I'm from the Bay, so it used to be in my vocabulary where I would say the N-word with the A. I would rap it. I would do just those things. But my slang in
ethnicity
general
is he?
would just tick her off. And then I became conscious of it, and I really liked her, or I still do, of course. I love you. I started changing the way I speak. I feel like she should be over here too. She would do Asian accents.
Oh, he's Asian. That's the thing, is that I know that I've been ignorant consistently. Like, it just happens, if you're not a part of that group, assumptions, even like I can say when like white people like go and try to touch my hair or however my hair is done, I don't think they're trying to do it in like a rude way. I think they're just like, wow, that's different and all up in my face. And that's how I feel like a lot of people are, is they just don't know. They just kind of say shit or do shit, and it's just like, oh damn, that's bad, and then they like fix that shit. But that's why I feel like everybody should have been on the agree side, because you're not. I've never dated outside of my race, in the sense like they've all been black or at least mixed with black. You know what I'm saying? So I've never experienced that. I wouldn't have a problem with it, like dating outside my race. That's not an issue. It's just like how it's gone. It's just gone this way. So yeah, I could imagine me probably being a little bit ignorant if I was dating someone outside of my race. So yeah.
Only time that I feel like I could be offending Asian people is when I'm mocking you when you're mocking your mother.
There it is.
So I only do the accent when he does it, making fun of his mom. Before that, I never did that, so.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna do something different. This is called hot takes, and basically we had our audience submit hot takes and assumptions that they make about interracial relationships. They're really hot.
Whoa.
Sex gets steamy since you are interracial.
What the fuck does that even
People
mean?
all across this
whatever.
great nation.
Like, did that make sense to y'all? Like, why would it be not like any different? Like, everybody's sex life is different, but why just because two? Y'all know we don't do that. The ads.
And soon the incentive will be gone completely. Don't miss out on your opportunity to get paid for.
I mean, I think it adds to.
I like the
appeal.
differences between us. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely. I mean, there's not like any weird role play or anything. But yeah, definitely, makes it fun.
I will say.
Why? But why does that? It's like that small detail make it fun. I get it, be attracted to who you're with, but I don't feel like that's based off of like race. It's just based off of attraction to like that person. I don't know.
People will like be like, oh, like I know why you're with a black guy, and it's like that's like super disrespectful because it's like that's like definitely like on the line of like fetishizing like a race.
There's not many sexual stereotypes about white men, but like walking down the street, especially dating an Asian woman, like I get looks from men all the time. And like, oh, like, right? And like people like actually like calling me out while I'm right next to her.
I don't know. What is the no? What is the?
Be a fetish, and that's okay if it's love too.
No, that's not okay. Fetish? No, bro.
Even if you love the person, you just fetishizing that person is
feel like it
good at all.
devalues
Yeah,
it.
and you're devaluing the entire community in itself.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, like, there's a person I knew that literally, he just liked Asian girls. It didn't matter if they're cute, whatever. It did not matter. It didn't matter what they looked like. They could be the most ugly person ever. They could be the most terrible person ever. As long as they were Asian, he would be with them. That shit is weird, bro. And I don't know I don't know why you would do that. I also think on, like, the opposite end, like, not cutting yourself off, like, some people just aren't attracted to races. Like, you can say, oh, that person's attractive, but not sexually attractive to me, blah, 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 and you have a type. But if you're just like, nope, can't do anybody else for absolutely no reason, just cause you think that's how it should go, I think that's kind of weird. But like I said, if you're just attracted to whoever, it is what it is. But yeah, I think that the whole fetish thing, that shit is it's weird.
I think there's always room for growth, so I can understand if it starts as a fetish and then along, the relationship, they actually fall in love with that person and they realize that, okay, it wasn't okay for me to initially just like you based off of that.
If it's between two consenting adults, the freak stuff in the bedroom, if race sprinkles is put into that context, what do we think of that? Like, it's in the bedroom, or is it like possible to just keep it in the bedroom?
How would race be put into the bedroom?
Use your imagination.
It doesn't even matter if you're consenting or not. It's still wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fucking weird,
You want to
bro.
say that stuff. You want to do that stuff because of the stereotypes you have of those people.
Exactly.
Really sit right with
I
you
fuck with him. Who are you, sir?
I have always wanted mixed babies. 3,
Oh, God.
2, 1, go.
Oh.
At one point in my life, I kind of wanted to have mixed babies with almost every race. I don't know if that's weird, but I just wanted, I'm real into genetics. I would like to see how my kids would turn out in
every race. Jeez. As a mixed race person myself, you don't have a group of people to really be around. I mean, sometimes you connect with one side, sometimes you connect with the other side, but for me, it sucked actually a lot. I've accepted myself. I'm black and proud. I love the fact that I have both of these cultures, and I really don't care. I just have to teach
Black
my
and
kids
proud.
that
I fuck
because
with
of your
him.
skin
Who
tone,
is he?
either
You my
gain
friend, bro.
privileges or lose privileges.
Like I've had people at work like will be talking about themselves and I'll show them a picture of Ivan and they'll be like, oh my god, I totally wanted black babies like when I was like a teenager.
Bro, like I remember, okay, there was this like the boy that I was just cool like with, and I doubt he'll ever see this video, so I'm just gonna. He was white and had like blue eyes and everything, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, y'all should date. Oh my god, y'all would have such pretty babies." And I'm just like, the fuck, like we ain't even together, bro. I'm just saying because I have like a child that's mixed with white and has the potential to have all these different feet. Like, I was just like, yes, I do think that mixed babies are pretty, but I also think that Asian babies are pretty and black babies are pretty. Like I was just like, if that's your goal, if that's why you're with somebody, is to get these features that maybe you didn't have and want, that's fucking weird to me. Cause first of all, you never know how that shit's gonna go. When we look at black people in general and like mixed people, it don't mean you gonna have a set type of features. Genetics don't work like that. So I think first of all it's a risk and you're with somebody for the wrong reasons. Shit's just kind of off.
Teenager, and it's just like this isn't Build-A-Bear, like
Right.
this is a human.
Exactly.
Like, so.
And I actually have an 8-year-old mixed child. It's been very challenging, but I've had to stick it out because I want to be a good father and I care about my kid. So
This isn't Build-A-Bear, this is real life. And in my mind, I wanted to have kids that was exactly my skin tone or very close to it and look like me, because I am conceited as well. Where the hell I'm gonna find somebody to do that and it work out and they're just the perfect wife? I don't believe in that anymore.
It's funny because that was actually something we talked about when we first started dating. That became an insecurity of mine. I was like, so why are we dating? Because I cannot provide absolutely any of that for you. And so I understand, like I said, why he feels that way, why a lot of the black community feels that way. So I'm just glad that I'm accepted now in our relationship for that.
I sometimes feel like I betrayed my own race. 3, 2, 1, go.
Damn. It's all the black ones. I mean, not black ones. I take it back. It's all the black people.
I definitely
That's
feel like
crazy.
that. Man. I feel like
Very
especially
interesting.
where I'm from, I did my people a disservice by playing into that stereotype. And knowing what I stand for now, it's hard for me to feel like I'm going to be taken serious in the future if I ever want to speak on
That is
controversial
very
topics.
interesting.
My people won't respect what I say because like it doesn't add up, my views and stuff. And then
I'm
I
not
just
gonna
think-
say that, okay? Because I know I put up a poll on Instagram. I do this a lot of. Can you be pro-black if you are in an interracial couple? And of course you can. Like I think that white people can be pro-black. I don't think that has to do with you have to who you love and shit like that. I mean, if you're tearing down, like I said, I don't care if a black man want to go date a white girl, fine. I have the problem when a black man wants to like drag us all down and say how we're hoes or we're loud or we're act like men or all these things. Like the fuck, I don't give a shit what you do, sir. You didn't have to talk about me. Like they devalue us to lift other women up, and that's fucked up to me. So I think that's problematic. But if you just are in love and you want to whatever, bro, I don't fucking care. Just don't bring anybody else down in that. And that honestly goes for every race. That shit is fucking like off and weird, and I don't like that. It doesn't do anything but cause, especially in the black community, just cause more issues between, like, we don't need this shit, bro.
dating somebody outside of my race behind the scenes, I feel like I lose respect in a way.
Me growing up, like I was never always seen as black, whether it was because of how I looked or how I talked or my culture. But then when I get with someone who's not black, right, they're like, oh, you're betraying us. Oh, like I get comments literally in my DMs, like, oh, Alex, you're not with us no more, right? And I'm like, do you want me or do you not want me, you know? It doesn't bother me if you don't want me, and I understand it is what it is, but don't pick and choose and don't nitpick little things, right? If you want me to be part of your community, then accept me for who I am. Don't say that because I'm half, I don't get to participate in certain topics or certain discussions.
You better talk your shit, Alex. The fuck? It's an ad. Obviously, can't do an ad.
3, 2, 1, go.
I don't think anybody is.
I guess I feel like the word like linked kind of confused me because I feel like experiencing another person's experience, like what their culture, like the way that they live, is definitely personally beneficial. But I think that like in terms of how others view me because I'm dating a white man, I don't find that beneficial. Like I feel like people might have like preconceptions about who I am because I'm an Asian person who's chosen to date a white man. Yeah. I had a question for, I guess, other people. Like, do you ever feel like being with a white person like could shield you from like discrimination, or like that they could like stand up for you in a certain context? Like if you were in like an altercation with the police or something, like would having a white person there, like
sure,
right?
Sure.
It would be helpful.
In that sense, and that's what I kind of thought of when I heard the question and I was listening to you. It's just like, I don't know, even a customer service experience. I don't know, just random experiences where the person on the other side might judge me based on me being black, but versus someone else calling, or him calling, and it's a whole different experience. So they might treat us individuals differently. So there might be a whole different experience based on just that.
I feel like an outsider with my partner's family. 3, 2.
I felt like that within races, so I can only imagine. Oh my God, it's happening again.
So,
Wait.
I'm sorry, Grace. In our lives, especially today, recently, politics plays such a huge part in it.
That's a fact.
Because you come from a conservative household. That's different from where I come from. And it does make me a little bit uncomfortable to know that I'm going to be meeting people and have to have close relationships with them, and they don't value what I feel like I value in my life.
How is that going to work?
Black man I have ever dated, and the only person of color within like my family, just in of itself. And so certain members of my family with the same political values as us like had to kind of confide in me like, hey, we support you with whoever you date, like we're here for you. So it was interesting to kind of see the different sides of my family members that I didn't necessarily know.
When I met her father for the first time, we were walking to get food, and we saw the Ronald Reagan Museum or something like that. And he's like, oh yeah, I love Ronald Reagan, right? And you can have your own personal opinions on presidents, but Ronald Reagan was like, he's like the main reason why black people are incarcerated. He's not a very good person to black people. So I was just kind of cracking up about that, and I was kind of awkward, and I know you kind of bit your tongue on that as well.
It was hard to not say anything.
But I was thinking about saying something to maybe like be like, oh, I don't know about that, but I didn't want to like argue with your father on the very first day that I met him.
Right.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very fun. Yeah. I don't know if I can exactly truly connect with him because of that. He's a
it
very
just
nice
seems like there's so
obviously,
many, it would be
makes
so
me feel
many
comfortable,
issues.
But at the same time, I have to recognize who I am as a person.
I would say I somewhat agree because with my partner's family, there's a language barrier. So I guess it's my responsibility now to try to learn the language, but sometimes when we're together, they're talking, I have no idea what's going on. So I think that's a bit of why I feel like an outsider, but other than that, I feel welcome.
I wish we were the same race. 3.
I don't even know what the question
I
was.
feel like
I wish
that would just
we
be
were
the
the
default,
same
easiest
race.
way to navigate through life. But definitely, obviously, growth happens when you're in interracial relationships. But yeah, that's kind of why I chose somewhat agree.
Yeah, I guess like you were saying, like I just feel like it would be easier in some aspects, and then for me, just like being mixed race, I have felt very like disconnected.
Oh, she's mixed too?
My culture, so I feel like dating someone who was like Chilean or who was Korean would help me. But I also agree, like obviously, if you weren't white, you wouldn't be like you, and so I don't like wish that. And
the benefits outweigh like what I gain. It kind of sounds weird coming out because it's like, what do you guys get out of dating white people? But like, white people, I feel like we learn a lot.
I think it's interesting that everybody's saying that they feel it's easier, because I feel like it would be more difficult, me having a black man and raising a black family, that it would be more difficult if I was maybe with someone who was white, who could probably have benefits in other ways. I'm grateful for my husband, and
I'm so confused with what she just said to
and
me.
I think there's a lot of benefits just culturally.
And you guys, that is officially a
That's
wrap.
it. Damn, I ended on a confused note because what the hell was she talking about?
Got you some really cute merch.
That's great, but you ain't giving nothing to me, so I'm gonna have to head out. All right, so I feel like this is a very interesting conversation, and just like even though it was kind of uncomfortable sometimes when like the black guy and the white girl were talking, and just like how he was just like, sometimes uncomfortable or whatever, just how they were having conflict. I feel like that's very like beneficial to relationships, where you have to be completely like open and honest with your person, because it's going to be a bunch of like potential issues if he didn't say shit like that, you feel me? So I don't know, like I said, I've never dated outside of my race. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think I prefer to date inside, or somebody who's mixed, or a minority, just because I feel like there's a lot of stuff. I feel like on a day-to-day basis, like it's almost like being, first of all, a bisexual black woman. I feel like I'm always trying to explain, each of those are oppressed groups in a way. Okay, so I'm always trying to explain why I should be treated a certain way, because of course I feel the effects of oppression in those groups. I don't want to have to do that in a relationship as well. Like, I would just want somebody to understand me, at least on one aspect. So I just don't see myself. I don't know. It just seems like it would be difficult, what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it would be difficult to be in an interracial relationship, just from like societal pressure and people looking at you, and then just like the stuff you got to go through with each other and race relations and all that stuff. Which is why I feel like if you do it, you got to have like really tough conversations in the beginning, just to make sure you're on the same page. Anyways, this was like a 20-something minute video, so I'm gonna stop it right now. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'll see you on the next one.